Hello students. Today we are going to learn about the next topic in the chapter 6, that is compaction of soils and soil exploration. Coming to the next topic, it deals with the types of soil sample sampling. What do you mean by soil sampling? Soil sampling is a process of the collection of the samples of soils in order to determine various engineering properties of the soil which are required for the proper design of the foundation. And also it is used for the assessment of the water table, which is considered to be the part of the soil exploration. See, this is the sample of the soil which is taken. Generally, there are two types: disturbed sample and undisturbed sample. What do you mean by disturbed sample? Natural structure of the soil gets modified or destroyed during the taking the sampling process. So these are also known as representative samples. There are also non-representative samples, are those in which soils from other layers get mixed up. What do you mean by undisturbed sample? It is nothing but the natural structure of the soil and material properties will remain preserved. They won't get disturbed while during the sampling operation. What do you mean by soil disturbance? It depends upon the design samplers and also method of sampling. Design feature governing the degree of disturbance like cutting edge, inside wall friction and non-return valve. Coming to the criteria for undisturbed sample, this is a equipment which is used for taking the undisturbed sample. Okay, this is a sampling tube and this is a cutting edge where it is being operated inside the soil profile. Inside clearance is taken as D3 minus D1 by D1 into 100. This is very important formula. We'll be seeing few problems based on this. It should lie between 1 to 3%. What is outside clearance? D2 minus D4 by D4 into 100. Outside clearance should not be much greater than the inside clearance. What is area ratio? D2 square minus D1 square by D1 square into 100. This is nothing but the area ratio. It should be as low as possible. For soft sensitive soil, it is greater than 25%. Preferably, it is less than or equal to 10%. What do you mean by inside wall friction? The inside wall should be very smooth and it should be lubricated for generally applied to reduce the friction. So design of non-return walls, what happens here, the sampler must have a large orifice to allow the quick escaping of the air, water or slurry which is already present in the sample. It should be very close immediately when the sampler is withdrawn. By this process, what is the method of applying force? The rate of advancement and the method of application force will control the soil disturbance. So, the sampler must be pushed, not driven. It is very important. What are the different types of soil samplers available? There are four main types: split spoon sampler, scraper bucket sampler, shell by tubes, and thin walled sampler and piston sampler. Let us briefly see what are these four types of samplers. Come to the first one, that is split spoon sampler. So it is very commonly a sampler which is used for obtaining the disturbed samples of the soil. It is used for the disturbed samples. Generally it consists of three types: tool, which is made up of steel driving shoe about 75 mm in length, and 440 mm long steel tube where split is there longitudinally in two halves, and one more thing is 150 mm long coupling at the top of the tube. See, this is how it looks. These are different types of split spoon samplers. So the steel tube in the middle has inside and outside diameters of 34.9 mm and 50.8 mm respectively. So when the borehole is advanced to a desired depth where you have to take the sample, the drilling tools are removed. Hence, the split spoon sampler is attached to the drilling rod and then it is lowered to the bottom of the borehole by repeated blows of hammer and then it is withdrawn. So the split spoon is used for separating after removing the shoe and the coupling, and the sample is taken out. So the sample is then placed in the container, it is sealed properly and transported to the laboratory where the experiments are being conducted. So this is how the split spoon sampler looks like. This is sampler head, this is vent port which have four numbers. Here the diameter is 25 mm ball, suitable sealing. This is outside clearance, this is inside clearance. Next one is piston sampler. It consists of mainly two parts, sampler cylinder and the piston cylinder. So first the piston first tight in the sampler cylinder, then what happens is good quality undisturbed samples of soft and very sensitive clay are obtained from this method, where they use thin wall sample tubes with a piston inside. These are used for the undisturbed samples. So when the tube is being lowered at the bottom of the drill hole, this piston rods and the pistons are very held carefully at the bottom by different type of samplers. So this presence of piston will prevent the rapid squeezing of the soft soil into the tube and also reduces the disturbance of the sample, which is occurring generally in other methods. See, this is how the piston sampler will look. This is a ball check. This is a drill rod, extension of the rod and reducer with left threads. This is outer sampler head. This is inner sampler head. This is a piston rod, sampler tube. This is a air vent. So this is a hole in the piston rod. This is a hollow piston rod which is dropped inside. Come to the next method, it is scraper bucket sampler. So when soil deposits are sand mixed with pebbles and also different materials, obtaining samples by split spoon with a spring core cutter will not be possible because the pebbles may prevent the springs from the closing. So in that cases, we have to use scraper bucket, which may be used to obtain the disturbed representative samples. Here we get disturbed samples. Generally, scraper bucket has a driving point and it can be attached to a drilling rod. The sampler is driven into a desired level of the soil and then rotated, and then the scrapping from the side walls falls into the bucket. See, this is how the scraper bucket will look like. This is a C section. This is a driving point which is drive to the desired depth. This is a cross section. This is a drill rod. The next method is shell by tube and thin wall samplers. Generally, these are the thin wall type tube samplers having the outside diameter 40 mm to 125 mm, whose sampler having the diameter of 50 to 76.2 mm. These two are the commonly used thing. So the bottom of the tube will act as a cutting edge for cutting the sample of the soil. The sampler tube is attached to the drilling rod and it is lowered very carefully to the bottom of the drilled borehole, and then a tube is pushed inside the soil by the rapid motion without any impact or the twisting, so that it will reduce the disturbance. After at least 5 minutes, the tube is turned twice through 360 to shear the sample off at the bottom before the sampler is taken out. Then it is used for obtaining the undisturbed sample. That's why the disturbance level is very much reduced of the clay, and then it is used for exploration in cohesionless soils below the water table. See, this is how the shell by tube sampler look. This is in real. This is the experiment, like in the from the textbook. This is a image. Here the sampler is driven into the ground. It is a casing, and this is rod is pushed for the taking of the sample. Thank you.